All right, guys, we're back with letters to Greg. All right, I didn't tell Summer. Greg is coming down here in June. He skipped us this spring break, but he wants to do. Greg is I'm realizing that about Greg. Greg is a very evolved human, and I've told Summer that. I thought it was just that the wives had him trained, but he is actually a really evolved human, and I like that. He's able to deflect any attempt that I have to get him out of my life. I shouldn't even be like that. And he understands. I think somehow Greg understands that level of conflict or something. He has some, you know, I don't think I have, well, oh, I've never seen anything like it.
Me neither.
There was only, honestly, one right answer to me saying, take a stand. I mean, this was like, Summer didn't hear it. She would have been riveted, though. I said, take a stand. You know, you've got a chance to make a difference and change the world. Take a stand. You know, you don't have to have, if you think Jeff Gelman and Sean O'Shea and Nick and all these other people that have their method are going to see you saying, use the pager and change what they do. They're not, so who cares? That isn't a factor. That isn't a factor. But you're saying to novices, it's a proven fact. You and your dog will be more comfortable. Yeah, Summer knows. And what it is with people, and I'm going to tell you too, and if I could probably get somebody, because this is what they do, is run a fear campaign on you. These people that want to pick up a collar, anybody that wants to pick up a collar has had a fear campaign run on them. Even by people that claim to be pro e-collar have run a fear campaign on them. You better watch out. Which I think people do that with kids with a car too. I don't know if Summer knows this, but when I was a kid, they had driver's ed, and they had these car simulator things. It was kind of like an early video game. Oh, the car was like from 1960, and the level of life skills they're teaching you is a ball bounces out in the road, and here comes a little child.
That's what it was. What, like
child.
on a monitor? I never heard of that before.
Oh no, there's a screen right in front of you. So, but you're turning the wheel. There's a brake and everything. Oh yeah, good idea. Yeah, let's do that. Anyway, but
no, completely off.
Probably not. I doubt it. I don't know. I think that childhood thing I had had a place you saved your report cards. No, I didn't get grades. But it ends up people have had a fear campaign run on them, and hence it's what I call the detonator effect. All the fear that they have ends up being in their finger, and they don't want to hit that button. And cat on the cornea, if you're watching this, and I know you remember this conversation vividly, because I felt that day I did make a difference. You did not want to use the collar, and you're a serious pro on every level, but you didn't want to do it because you didn't want to hit the button, and you didn't want to hit the button because you did not want to damage the relationship with that dog. That's why people don't want to hit the button. They don't want to risk. They might not even realize that's why they don't want to hit it. They might not realize it on that level. They don't want the dog. They don't want to hurt the dog or whatever. But the reality is, that would be a relationship damaging thing by any standard. So people don't want to do that. So it's what I call the detonator effect. Go get the remote. Where's our effects? Where's our effects? Hang on. That's where I'm looking for. Here, come on, find it. Well, but they have had, all right, find it on here somewhere. Okay, here, this is what they're thinking. This isn't even on, but this is what they're thinking. It's not working. Anyway, but that's, it's our internet. The guy supposedly is coming to fix it. I've told these, okay, there you go. That's what it is in their mind. And this is what I think, this is what this video is about. You've got to be, and I always talk about the dog being clear in the head when it's getting the stimulus. And by stimulus, I don't mean the constant or the nick. I mean any external force that is causing a body in motion or a body at rest that is an external factor in that. And that really does apply. A body in motion remains in motion, and external factors can change the direction of that motion. I didn't make this stuff up. Sir Isaac Newton did, I think, when the apple fell on his head. Anyway, so unless you've got a handler that's clear in the head, and you've got a dog that's clear in the head, you got a recipe for disaster. So if you're going to tell me somebody that's never used a collar before and really doesn't have that kind of training skills as it is, because this is why they're seeking something better. They're not seeking it as an amplifier of their skill. They're seeking it as a solution to their problem. Serious pros, that's good. Write that down somewhere. I'm going to make that as my status. Your average person is seeking out an e-collar to solve problems. Your serious pros are looking at it to amplify their skill. There's a huge difference. The chasm is infinity. So if you're going to develop methodologies for pet dogs, you better be understanding the skill level of your handler, which is, quite frankly, I've come to believe, 0. You can help them by giving them, quite frankly, simple subtasks that they can teach a dog, not vague concepts. If you say you do A, B, C, get you some treats, help this dog understand this pager's you. People want to give their dogs treats. They must, based on the treat aisle at Publix or any other store. There's a pet supermarket. They've got like 5 aisles. So again, and I'm always talking about the ebb and flow of, life. If you're somebody that's training companion dogs, you better go with the ebb and flow of your client's life too, and be able to, again, trying to get them to sidle into their dog that way. Because if not, if you're just trying to go in there as Himmler, Rommel, and go blitzkrieg this dog into obedience, it doesn't work. And I mean, at-home training is, I think people have to pay their dues doing that, and I don't want anybody that does that to take it wrong, and because Ricky knows, but that's not dog training. That's not dog training. If you're going to train dogs, you've got to be able to get your hands on these dogs, and you've got to train them for weeks and months and months, and Mark will agree with me. Months and years. If you're measuring your training in individuals that you've been training for years, well, that's going to help your experience level. What is that noise? I guess we got to go to school.
It's just the noise.
That's a normal noise. I guess.